Hey, cut off the lights. Yeah. Cut off the lights. Yeah, I perform better at night. I've been outside with the mice. Yeah, eating that chicken and rice. Right, while it was filled with the mites. Okay, now it's an infinite price. If they wasn't living your life, then they shouldn't give you advice. How could we honor your words? Yeah, if we see you missing your stripes, we get it. You've been in the game for a minute, but it's time to kick it. We know that you finished. The future is coming. Let's stick to the mission and aim for the target with deadly precision. We pissing them off and pitching the victims. Yeah, we call them victims cause they're demolition. I'm changing the rules and breaking tradition and making cause nobody making the difference. I see it. Nobody gonna go hard for me like I go for me. That's why I gotta take mine, try to get milestones for me. I'm ready for it all, say the word and it's up on sight. Cut off the lights, yeah, I perform better at night. I've been outside with the mice, yeah, eating that chicken and rice. Right, while it was filled with the mites. Okay, now it's an infinite price. If they wasn't living your life, then they shouldn't give you advice. How could we honor your words? Yeah, if we see you missing your stripes. Ayy, cut off the lights. Ayy, cut off the lights. Yeah, cut off the lights. I perform better at night. Ayy, cut off the lights. Yeah, cut off the lights. Ayy, cut off the lights. I perform better at night. Yeah, better at night, just get up and fight wherever it takes to level the field. We breaking the rules, remeasuring heights that they try to tell us that we couldn't reach. No matter how hard that we worked, when we got this out of the dirt, pull up and lurk, pull up and make it a seam. Only till they bleed and they hurt. I've been outside with the mice, yeah, eating that chicken and rice. Right, while it was filled with the mites. Okay, now it's an infinite price. If they wasn't living your life, then they shouldn't give you advice. How could we honor your words? Yeah, if we see you missing your stripes. Ayy, cut off the lights. Ayy, cut off the lights. Yeah, cut off the lights. I perform better at night. Ayy, cut off the lights. Yeah, cut off the lights. Ayy, cut off the lights. I perform better at night. I perform better at night.
Y'all doing? Yo, let's go, Void Star. Let's get it. Let me hear you. Yo, I'm about to rap on this beat, yo. With the texture, multiply, blending mode, you know what I'm saying? I'm joking. I'm not gonna rap on the beat. How you doing, my guys? How's everyone doing? Yesterday, I didn't turn off the music for me, sorry. Boom. That's it. How you doing, my guys? How do you feel about the streams? You prefer it like earlier, or do you prefer the later hour stream? Now I set up the cameras more properly and everything. I don't know why yesterday, like I had time to prepare the stream, but it came on like the time like out of nowhere, and I was like, it's 10 minutes for the stream and I haven't prepared anything, and the audio wasn't sounding right. The camera, I don't know, the white balance, I couldn't like figure it out. I couldn't like put it properly. Now it's all great. Let me know if you see everything all right. The quality, I think it's great, and the audio, now I can talk pretty far and it all sounds good. I don't need to be up on the mic, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's better now, right? Yeah. I saw some of y'all that put some more pieces in the Discord, which I think it's good, but I don't see anything really worth. Okay, I think I can talk just a bit about one of the pieces. I think I like it. Yeah. I think it's better if I put this here. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out my Windows placements, you know? But okay, I think this will work. This one, just one of y'all already uploaded this to the, yesterday we did the feedback, but I don't know, I really like this piece, and you can see that he grabbed the object, but by adding some small something here that we are terrified, it's giving you like another level up of information, you know what I mean? Because of the no power, what does it mean, right? It's adding one more tweak in. It's not just staying in the power core, like it's using it to tell something, right? That was the exercise. And here, I can see the quote, this shit ain't cute anymore, for real, I'm about to piss my pants. Okay, I see you, I like it. I would play around a bit more with the layout, but the idea, it's there, I love it. So, time to go about my piece. So what do you think, guys, I'm about to make my piece of? You know what I mean? Because the other day, we moved to a new apartment, and I thought of this exercise a while ago. I cheated a little bit because I already have my object that I wanted to do the poster about. But what's the object that would you say that if it went away, right? What's the object that if it went away, everything would fall apart? Everyone says the wheel, internet, right? What's one invention that if it went away overnight, everything would fall apart? Everyone says the wheel, internet, but nah, my guys. The screw. Oh shit, the screw. This disappears and everything falls apart. Cities, everything. Not the screw like in the screw, but the concept of like a piece of metal that screws in, could be any size. So the screw, I felt it was like a super powerful, like so ubiquitous, like you don't even see it, and it's literally holding civilization together. So I feel to make a poster about it would be pretty cool. And yeah, that's the idea for my poster. But before we jump into the poster, I wanted to show you guys some bullshit that, let me go into the references. I have them right here. Let me switch to this camera. These are the references that we got. Okay? I swear to God, the day that I figure out how to properly put this stuff in the screen like properly. I know it went away. There. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out still what's the best like to put it. I think if I do like this. I think like that works. Perfect. So you see how the references really grabs the objects and they really run with it. You know what I mean? They made them central stage in the piece, right? And they use their morphology to try to say something, you know? This one, it's in Russian and we don't even care what it says. We only want to see like the ventilator as an elevated piece within the composition, which I guess it's the important thing, right? This one, I love this poster. This one is great. This one is great because it's trying to replicate the object, but graphically, you know, it's a nice technique to, we had an exercise like this in uni, which everyone got an object. For me, it was the ship, like a cruise ship. And the exercise was to make a panels, like a bunch of panels trying to show the ship, but in a bunch of different styles, you know what I mean? And the point of that is that through different techniques, you were able to get to know the object more, right? And you get into get more ideas from the object, and you get out of their own simple way of the photograph, right? And you see how different techniques get different like emotions out of the same objects, and that can turn into different ideas, I guess. But yeah, these are all great. Oh, you see the scissors, how they go in different compositions, the chair. It's a go-to for this kind of exercise because it's like such a common, like the chair is such a common supply around the home, but it's like a really nice object of design, right? It can be really beautiful. I wanted to talk this piece in particular because this is by let me look for it real quick because I don't remember. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Spanish designer that did this, he did a talk in my university, I remember, and he was pretty great. I don't remember the designer, but the cool idea of the poster is that he wanted to, this is from a Spanish designer, that he tried to portray the idea of silence in a poster, right? And come up with the idea of using a glass hammer because you can have silence, but the only way you really notice silence, it's when it comes after like a loud noise. Right, so he had this idea of how can I make an object that sounds only once, you know, and a hammer being such an impactful object that you usually relate to the sound of the hammer, you know what I mean? It's really nice, a really nice juxtaposition with the silence, right? Because a glass hammer can only sound once, right? So you get the boom, the shattering sound, and then silence, right? That's what was the idea behind this poster. And you can make what you will of the idea. Maybe it's too pretentious, whatever it is the case. But what it's interesting is to think about that, how we used the different elements. This hammer, they literally made the glass hammer, and I think for an exposition they used it and performed the piece, you know what I mean? But as a design standpoint, and as a way of you thinking of the object, right, and how we can use these symbols and materials to mean different things, it's like a really nice like exercise, right, to do and to think about. What more we have? Scissors. Okay, this is just different compositions that I think were really cool. I really like this one of the shoe. The shoe also, again, we have really nice like posters about footwear, but it's like a classic, you know. Yeah, I guess the more ubiquitous and the more invisible the object is, the more of a chance we have to put it like in center stage. So yeah, there's the piece. Now let me see, I have all these pictures of nails. I have these videos also. Right, these ones I recorded to then make a reel or make something. Oh, these ones are nice because I was playing with the lighting, and you can see how I move it around, and it creates like a real nice like image. I could screen cap this and use it somewhere in the poster. We're for sure gonna make that. And then we have all these images. This is more videos. Oh, these ones because I like the to have the layout of the camera UI, you know. It adds like some nice hierarchy levels and gives it this feeling of like surveillance aesthetic that I really like. But yeah, let's first go into Photoshop. Now let's switch to my working cam. Here we are. Let's make a new file. Here, let me do this. Like so you can see everything. Boom. Now, new file, let's name it week 10 nail poster. It's not a nail, right? This is screw. Guys, if you have any questions about whatever it is that we're doing, like let me know, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me grab a mate. Oh, I don't like these proportions. What is this? Let's go again, image size. Let's set it to pixels. And let's do no, okay. I'm so bad with pixels. Let's do it like 4x5. And okay. No, this is pretty large. I want to change the units here. Millimeter, no, let's set it to pixels. And now, okay, I can see it better. Let's do like that. Around 3000 on the short side, because I want it to be pretty big in case I want to later, I don't know, make a print or whatever. I'm gonna upload this. All of this later going into the Patreon. But yeah, let's play around. And another thing, guys, is that I recently saw like this meme that a friend sent me. Like, this is the basis of the knowledge that I get, you know, like the information that nurtures my thought. It's memes. And And it was like this graph like showing how color is dying and everyone is turning to black. And I found it really like ominous but funny, in a way that, because I guess we vibe with black, you know what I mean? Black, it's a vibe, but it is kind of, it could be kind of sad, you know what I mean? Because I guess everyone is trying to it's going through this feeling. So I get why we are like veering off from color, but I want to make like a conscious effort to get back to color, you know what I mean? Like, don't lose the vibe, but it can be like a nice challenge. Like, how can we still be gritty and still be dark, but not relying on the color black that much, you know what I mean? I guess that can be interesting. I don't know what I did here. What am I doing? Okay, I'm just gonna select the other part and then I'm gonna invert it. Oh, if the selection is pretty janky, it doesn't matter. What am I doing? No, I need to do it pressing shift. Yeah, this is just a nice manual selection. I'm pretty smooth with my mouse. Because later, you know, I'm gonna apply like a threshold over everything. I'm gonna make it really graphic, and so it doesn't really matter if the selection is not perfect. Let me know if you guys have some question or anything that you would like to talk about, because otherwise I'll go silent, you know what I mean? Also, do you guys like to do the selection? Because I know there are ways of doing this like more automatically, but I don't know, I really like going over this. I really like doing this manually. I don't know, it gets me into this like meditative state, which I think it's nice for the piece, because it's like the calm before the storm. Because when I get the nail, like the screw, the image of the screw, I'm gonna have to start designing the poster. And I don't know if I want to do that, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather keep making the selection, right? Because it's easier. I could have done this photo like putting it over some background. I'm such an idiot. Boom. Yeah. So I think that I like. There, boom. Screw. Nah. I like it. Now let's. I'm not sure if I want to. I was thinking something around. I want to make like the poster pretty like editorial, you know, something that would look good on a wall. something that someone would like to hang, you know what I mean? I'm defaulting to that kind of posters because I don't know. And no, I'm like vibrating more towards that feeling, you know. So okay, I was thinking around for the type, doing something around this idea of like steadfast, like to hold on. But I don't know, it seems like I always kind of default to this kind of poster, but let's see what comes out of this. Ooh, Helvetica is nice. Come on, guys. Like, I hate to do this, you know what I mean? But sometimes it works. This just works, you know what I mean? Actually, I'm gonna desaturate this. And I developed these actions that is to make noise, like this organic noise. And it does it pretty fast. And now I'm gonna grab this section because I want to make it like bigger. I'm gonna set it to drop a threshold over everything, and then if I start to get rid, you see this chat, like the setup is you turn it black and white. You can do it with the nail in color, right? But then you would need to do the posterize. You see, and you get like this effect, which is pretty cool. You know, looks pretty cool. But I want it black and white, you know what I mean? So, oh, let me know, chat, if you do this. For when I'm working on something, what I like to do is I make a poster, sorry. I make like a group folder and I name it backup. And in this folder, I put everything that I was using to make the file, you know, so in case I need to go back for something or I lost it, right? So I made a duplicate of this, like the nail, you know. So you can see if I have this noise over here, this noise layer, and I make it more visible. You see with the fill how I play with it. Let's get rid of posterize because the layer setup is like this, you know, the threshold, the noise, and then the graphic. And I can make the noise larger, like a lot larger if I want. You see, we get something like this. Which looks pretty fire, come on. But let's make it small. Right, and now let's grab, because I was thinking that for this poster I would like to make it like a nice vibrant blue. So I'm gonna use pressing control click on the layer thumbnail. I'm gonna pick the selection of pixels. I don't know if you can see it there that I did. So I'm gonna just pick the shape and use that selection to make a new color, solid color layer, and it made this blue one. But you see it like that because it's below the threshold, so I'm gonna put it over it. And And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it to multiply. Right? So this works. I want to see what happens if I put everything on a group. Put this here, so the mask, it's in the group, you know, and you have everything here, and you gotta like tweak the color. Let's see what happens if I play with the. I like this one. I like it like this. Let's play with the type a bit. Oh, but this is a screen, right? And this is a pass-through. What happens if I change the color of the background? Ooh. Ooh. I like this. But I think I would like it even more. Right. This works. This works, chat. How do you feel about it, chat? Let me know. This one is pretty hard. And what happens if I do a duplicate and I put it like I actually love this. Not gonna lie, chat. Let's do this. I'm gonna do one more folder for variation 1, and we're gonna put this nail in here, nail 1, and then this we're gonna like put it here, just below, and then let's get rid of this. Let's duplicate this and put variation 2. And in variation 2, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be trying different stuff, you know. That's also nice, like to make separate folders, duplicate layers and hide them, like try different compositions, you know, don't go full out. But first, let's duplicate this text because I want to try something else for the text. Let's see what we get. What happens if I do it sonar? No, I've seen this before. I think I've seen this before. But okay, never mind. Let's do this, and I want the stroke. But if you go to blending options and I get rid of the fill, keep the stroke, and the stroke, let's give it more size, and let's put it on the outside, like so, bigger. Something like this I like. Now let's gonna raster. Let's raster. To this I'm gonna apply the ink bleed distress action, play. Boom. But why did it do it like this? No. Why? Raster layer style. Oh, then there. Sorry, I had to raster the layer style, but it's opaque. Yeah, it is. So now let's do the action again. This works. Bro, that would be like a killer t-shirt, you know what I mean? Like, this works. That. I'm gonna enter this mask. I'm gonna that's fast. Let's go. Is this correctly written, or am I just like steadfast? Okay. Okay, so it means resolutely, dutifully, firm, and unwavering. Okay, I like this. I mean, I knew what it meant, but I like the Google Dictionary definition, you know. So I copied it, put it here. Resolutely, dutifully firm. Let's do like dutifully firm, duty. Okay. We need to change this text. I just want to see the type, how it looks with everything else. Arial goes crazy. Camry I like. We need to like -30. Like this one I like, but you know what I mean is that for this variation, I guess it would be cool if we did like something you know what, let's enter the variation, and we need to leave it like this, but within the group we're gonna duplicate. Let's turn this screw into a smart object, because now I'm gonna be resizing it. I wanna see, oh, but the mask is not changing. What happens if I delete it? Oh no, it's not working. Where do I need to put it? No, I need to duplicate the entire group. Oh, there is a way to do it, but I'm too lazy to think about the layers. But why is it not working? Oh, I think I put these two here and I create a clipping mask, and now I can get rid of this, and now I can duplicate this and it works. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. So now what I want to do is, let's see if I do like a matrix of of these nails. Like they go to the edge of the other, you know? Something like this. And now we grab everything, duplicate it. Now put it like this. Now we grab every nail, rasterize it, merge it, duplicate it, and like this. Okay? But no. But let's just grab these ones, Control C, Control Shift B, get rid of this, and here let's get rid of this. This looks like a really nice, like, how do you say? This looks like a really nice, like book cover or something like that, you know? Actually, what's the poster size? I think I want to make it a bit more vertical. What is it, 5'7"? Yeah, let's work on something more like this. It's crazy how it changes, right? Like the different format changes quite a bit. And I think now we can add another row. Yeah, you need to check. I'll be right with you, my guy. Now I want to grab curves here, and if I play with it, I want to see what. This works a bit better, right? My guy is saying, hey, I need help, my Photoshop feels laggy, like when I scroll for fonts option, it's not fluid and it's jaggy, even though I have a 16 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 15800, 3060. Yeah, you need to check like your scratch disk. Like this is my, if I go to file, edit, like preferences, and you go to performance. Like I have a lot of RAM, but I put 80%, like if you want to make your Photoshop like work fast, it will depend on your hardware, of course, but usually like try closing everything, put your memory usage, set it to around 80%. Use your graphics processor if you have like a half decent graphics card. check your history state. Don't put too much if you don't feel like you need it. I have it set at 50. Here, you might want to ask ChatGPT what's better, the cache level. I'm not really sure of what this actually does. Yeah, the cache tile size, this is more, here you have some presets. If you have like, you press here like huge pixel dimensions, it will set it up better accordingly. And seek the multi-threaded composition if you have like a multi-thread processor. For image processing, then there was another thing, technology previews. Here, tick if you have like an older CPU, precise preview, this, leave it all as is. There was one thing I remember. No. Here, the scratch disk. I have a dedicated disk that is for my scratch disk on Photoshop. So I installed another, which is the one that I use for my games, right? I use this as a dedicated scratch disk for Photoshop and to install all my games. So I recommend doing this because Photoshop, what it does is it sets up like a temporal file on that drive to work off of that, you know, and then it deletes it. So having it in another drive that's kind of fast, it helps a lot. Oh, sorry, when you go into the use graphic processor into advanced settings, try with this. Try with these different options and see what works better for you. And that's how I did it. How do you feel about this? You feel like, I think I like this one more because we can do another one. This one also works, I feel, for a poster. I like this variation, but I feel like I need to add one more element to make it really like stand out, you know what I mean? Like, let me try something. Like, I'll grab this. Oof, this one also could go crazy, guys. Like, if I get rid of this and put it to multiply, and then I go to curves and I go do something like this. So I isolate those shadows. Right, but now I want to make it like pretty abstract, you know. So I have this variation and I put this, I rasterize this, put it like this. I'm gonna Control U to unsaturate it, and now I'm gonna pixelate it. Actually, I'm gonna grab this, not like this. I'm gonna filter, pixelate, mosaic. I'm gonna pixelate it like that. I'm gonna filter, blur, Gaussian blur, give it some blur, and now I'm gonna image adjustment, curves, and with the curves layer, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a gap here, so I get like this pixelated outline. You see what I mean? If you make it blocky, you get like that outline. I don't know if you understand what I'm doing here. I created with the blur and the pixelation, I created like this like gradient of values, which now I can kind of select with the curves. If I take it all to the top, that's why I got this like kind of abstract, like quadricular shapes. I don't know how to call them really. And if I make it more towards this side, you can see how it gets bolder. If I close this gap here, you can see how it gets narrower, right? Because I'm choosing to lower the value a lot of a very narrow part in the spectrum, right? So if I make it really wide, you get like a wide, like thick line, you know? I'm not quite sold on this. And where's this? This here. So now we're going to just start adding like hierarchy levels to make it more interesting, make it a bit more granular, you know, so we have stuff for the eye to see, you know what I mean? Make it more dynamic. I don't know how I feel about the composition because it's like a Z, you know, it's like a Z, it's like steadfast, then the nail points you in this direction, and then you have this nice finish point. at the end, but the steadfast, I kind of like it. Like if I can make it like black, that would go hard. This I like. Now let's drop. Let's go to my files. Let's go to my design assets. Let's go to the assembly graphics pack, the master sheet, and let's go to my vector pack because I want to grab some graphics. Yeah, this is, I don't know. Let me know what you, I call it style, but it could well be laziness, you know? Like I have my set of graphics that I use. Like if I use them to develop like an idea that I have, it's all good, but I have like these graphics that are like the design syndrome graphics that I use in all my pieces that I've developed for my pieces, and that have become kind of signature, you know? It's like my little like sign in the pieces, are characteristic, and I just really like to use them. It's like a way of like signing off the work, and when you see them, it's like branded, you know what I mean? Like the logo. But I have this influences one I really like, so I can go over here and I put it. I'll make it really chill like that, you know. Beautiful and unwavering. Make it like that. I guess I should need to do a small grid for this, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I feel like the nail, it's such a vibe, you know. I'm still unsure if I should do this like this, or just like do something like this. Let me see. Now it was here. For example, in this context, like this graphics pack is really great because it has like all this industrial kind of stuff, like this, you know, this. Boom. And I could add some accent here, you know what I mean? Like, actually, I like the texture that this has. You know, the texture on the thing, like on the square. So I'm gonna get rid of this part of the graphic, and I'm gonna use this as a placeholder for this. And I'm gonna be a bit messy with it, you know. I'm gonna maybe put it. What happens if I do it like something like this? It makes it interesting, right? Like I started like implementing that kind of thing that I didn't do before. Like it can be something that's small and stupid almost. Like the square was supposed to enclose the entire thing, right? But you just try it. What happens if it doesn't? What happens if it's like that? Like what does it mean that the graphic it's pulling out of the shape? Like it makes it interesting, or am I just tripping? Like can I make it other color? I don't know. For this specific one, I feel like it works, you know? And I'm gonna leave it like that. I feel it works, right? I feel it works. Now I'm gonna grab, I like this, you see? Like this. I'm gonna grab this. And I'm gonna get rid of all of this. I'm gonna just grab this part. And in here I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, you know what I do want to do? My logo, sub-logo. I made like this logo collection. I'm gonna do like a proper post about them, but I've developed like this. This is like the design syndrome, like, I don't know, value structure, but made in like a nice set of like corporate logos that represent stuff from the design syndrome brand. And I don't know, I feel it's nice like to have like these ideas encapsulated in something that you can touch, you know, like, you know how companies have like their North Star and their values, where for me, I like to have them like this, you know, these are the design syndrome shit, you know, self-discovery, complete result detachment, hyper-productive, and the Graphic Shinobi Council, right? These are my sponsors. It's all the voices in my head, you know what I mean? But yeah, we are here. So we're gonna grab all of this and go back to the poster. Oh no. Why? Copy. Nice. Shape layer. Nice. Super big. Small. Let's put it here. Actually, this is too small, almost, right? I'm gonna do, if I do the action here, it's gonna blow it up too much. Oh no, it pasted here. The fuck? Ah, it needs to be raster. I don't know my action. Grid system a must read for beginners? No, don't read. Or it's not that don't read, but don't lean too much on design books when you're a beginner. They are nice for reference and they are good reads. You know what I mean? We talked about this like yesterday. We're talking about books and shit, but the fundamentals, you're gonna get the most out of them when you practice them. Like, practice it. Don't waste your time. It's not a waste of time really, but the most cost efficient thing for you would be to just practice design, you know, just make stuff, right? And whatever comes from that will come, you know. And yeah, we were talking yesterday about how you really need to read like a bunch of stuff that will give you ideas, because a grid can make or break like the composition of something, make it interesting or whatever it is. But then what do you put on the grid? I feel that's more important, far more important than the grid, you know? Like, you can have the best grid, right? A nice message can be a much better design without the grid than the best grid with no message. You know what I mean? Like, meaning trumps form always, you know? But of course, we try to merge those to make something like really, really great. You know, that's design. How do we merge both, you know, the art and the logic? Oh, don't get me started on art versus design, you know what I mean? Do I recommend focusing on your portfolio to a specific area when you're a junior designer? No, totally the opposite. When you're a junior designer, like, experiment, try different things, see like this is like everybody will tell you like follow your passion, follow what you like to do, but sometimes you are not the best in what you like to do. Like try everything and see what are you good at and what do you like to do, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe UX design comes easy to you, but maybe it's a bit boring. You rather do painting, you know what I mean, or whatever is the case. And then when you have those both pieces of information, you can make like an informed decision in which career path to take, right? So when you're starting out, don't close yourself. That's more of a specialist thing. Then when you're more developed in your career, you can make a more informed decision if you want to narrow down and become best in the field, or you want to be more of a generalist, let's say. My view on that is kind of changing. I'm still not dead set on what I believe is the best thing. I'm not quite sure, you know. I guess in life, like the generalist, the balanced man will always be the specialist. But for business, I'm not sure for business. I guess that there is value in being the best one or being perceived as the best one. Yo, why is not like allowing me to do a selection? I'm gonna restart Photoshop. It wasn't saved. What? I was pressing Ctrl S. Oh my God. Musashi would be a generalist. Actually, that phrase that I just said, like a specialist will always lose to a balanced man. It's from him. It's from Musashi. Bro, I like that you guys. I'm losing my mind. Okay, wait. Projects, Design Dojo, week 10. We try to replace it. Yes. Let's close Photoshop. I don't know why it was tweaking on me. Design Dojo, week 10. But tell me about yourself. Oh, I know, it opened the beta version. No, open with Photoshop 2024. But yeah, but actually reading your question again, I guess that try a different things, but your portfolio, focus it on the work you like to do, right? But I guess if you're just starting out and you don't have that much work to show for and to really, you know, like to really show us work that you'd like to do, then yeah, maybe have a bit spread out portfolio and you start to narrow it as you start to know yourself and how do you function and what comes best for you, you know what I mean? Like, for example, for me, I always thought myself of more of an artist, but then as my career started to develop more, I realized that I like the business of it all, you know, and you can be creative in that too. So now I'm turning back more again and retreating into the artist, like self-identification, but trying to be mindful of the business part of it. Like I should do a video about this. I've written a lot about this because I feel it's like super important, like subject. When you're starting out, you get like super caught up in like your identity and what are you. But I feel it's far more productive to just do what you want to make, but understand that the label that you put on yourself, it's gonna have a lot of impact in the eyes of the client. You know what I mean? It's not abstract really. It's a pretty logic idea, you know what I mean? Like there is a much wider and room to leverage yourself when the client sees you as a designer, not just as a designer, but as someone that has the creative vision in mind, and to the one who knows how to pull the strings, you know what I mean? Like the creative strings in a project that you could lead creatively, whatever the client is hiring you to do. That usually falls more under the umbrella of the designer. You have more room to leverage your power in the relationship with clients. But yeah, of course, they might hire you to do something that's artistic, and it's artistic work, you know what I mean? But in the eyes of the client, like there are more clients looking for a designer than clients looking for what they perceive to be an artist. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, if you need merch design. Like if you need a logo, you're looking for a designer. But if you need merch design, there is a much lower section of the potential clients that are looking for like an artist, right? Maybe if they thinking they want something like really out of the box or really like crazy, they might look for an artist, but it's all from their perspective. From our perspective, we do whatever, you know, we will do it. We'll just do it. But from the perspective of the client, like it changes a lot, I feel. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm currently working on social media, and that's basically all I have, but isn't something I would like to follow as a path. I want to experiment to try out other fields. For sure, you meant other fields like within graphic design, or other fields as in other career paths entirely, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. You need to try like logo design, branding, album art and merch. This album art goes a bit more into the artistic, I feel like, than merch design. It really depends, but that's how I feel about it. I need to create a small copy. Dutifully firm, unwavering. Metric bold, metric medium, metric regular. Okay, but closer together, 0. Love it. Duplicate. No problem, my guy. Oh, guys, sorry. And one advice that I feel it's the one advice that I would give to most when you're starting out and starting to make clients, starting to take clients, you know. It's something that I really started to take seriously really late. And if I hadn't relied on the assets, if I didn't have the asset store and that way of making money, I would be in big trouble. You know what I mean? I'm good at design, right? I'm good at the craft, but I wasn't taking seriously like all the because not that I got distracted, but as I focused on the assets and that part of the business, as having a brand and like a design asset selling business, you know what I mean? The freelance part I neglected, right? And from the moment you start, if you can start to look at the clients you get and start building long-lasting relationships, right? That was something that I wasn't taking into account when I would get a client, right? A client was a client and work was work, right? But now, for example, let's say I have a client that's gonna pay whatever it is for one t-shirt design, right? But I have another client that is maybe it's a less value gig in terms of money, but I know I can build a relationship with that client, right? It's gonna be a client that's gonna be asking for a lot of work from that point on instead of a one-time gig, right? I would value far more the client that I know I can build a relationship off of. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. She built me a coffee. You know, so value the clients you could build a long-lasting relationship with. You know, those are the ones that are gonna keep the boat floating. You know what I mean? Sorry, it's not that you need to value those clients, right? Because maybe they do have that kind of business, but the work is shit, right? It's just like, think about that too, right? Put it in the list of factors you need to take into account when valuing a client, right? Is the pay good? Is the work fulfilling? Is there a long-lasting relationship there? You know what I mean? But then when you start to set up the business, those are the strategic more kind of decisions that are gonna allow it to keep you afloat for longer, you know? Maybe a client that only asks you to do like carousel post for their ice cream business, you know what I mean? On a dry month, that could pay your rent, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is, or so yeah, look into that. Start building like your email list, like how do you organize your clients? Keep their emails like pretty labeled so you know where to reach out. Keep like a list of clients, maybe a Google Docs, a Notion template. I have one. I can't show it to you now because it's full of like client info, and I can show you that. But I do like a list in which I put like the email, if I work with them, if we are currently working on a project, or if the client is kind of dead, then I can reach out again and see if they need anything, or if I got an idea, right? You become like an active participant in the business also, and they value that a lot. You know what I mean? These are things that I really late I started to implement. If I had done that like far earlier in my career, the freelance business would have taken off and I wouldn't have gotten into assets. It's not that one thing was better than the other, but it's something that I would have appreciated more if I had taken into consideration earlier, you know what I mean? If you're going for the freelance career. The assets, for me, I love making assets, but it's not something that I feel I want to recommend to everybody. Selling a product, I feel, is key, because selling a product, I think, is key. Some sort of digital product, could be any part of your process, I think can be really useful, because some sort of passive income helps you take the edge off, you know, of not knowing when the next paycheck is gonna come. And also, like, this is more important if you post in social media a lot, because I feel like most of your audience, when you post on social media, like, this is great, right? I like it. Do you like it, guys? Like, most of your audience, when you post on social media, are gonna be other designers, you know. And when you're looking for clients, other designers, like what do you have to sell them, right? Maybe they love your work and they can't get a print. That's you leaving a bit of money on the table, right? And it's not because from a greed standpoint. It's not you're doing this because it's greedy. It's because whatever tool you can use to get some amount of money that's going to take the edge off and allow you to be more selective with the works you take. It's going to give you more freedom on the long run, you know, and that freedom translates into a better quality of life, you know. It's not like it's a decision that you take like randomly, you know. At least that's how I see it, you know. It's not like sometimes the coming back to the labels things, sometimes like the artist designer has like a harder time looking at himself as a business owner, but it's literally what you are. Like, you're in the same category of Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Like, take that as you will, like bad or good, you know, like but it is like, I'm being hyperbolic, but it is, you know, you have a business, and whatever tool you can do or you can use to keep it afloat, it's gonna be better for you. I wanted to show you another thing. This goes hard also, you know what I mean. But when we do this noise in this layer setup, you know, we have like the image of the nail that we did it black and white. We put the noise and we put the threshold. If I take out the noise, or I leave the noise, I take it out the noise, and I put like a pattern, and I develop these patterns, make it smaller, and I put it to overlay. Boom. You get like a custom, like your nice little custom thing, you know. Let's give it an angle. I have this lined pattern I really like also. Little triangles. Like that. And this one, the problem that I had with this one, it's that it had like a lot of, it was too sharp. So let's rasterize it and add a bit of blur to it, filter blur, Gaussian blur, and you see if I add blur, how the line pattern becomes a bit more, I don't know, crazy. And on top of that, I put the noise, and you get something like this, you know? But I don't know if the lines really go well. What I can do also, it's Control T, and I'm gonna deform the lines, you know? We can do some crazy shit like this. What do you think, chat? You like it or not? Yeah, I kind of like this poster. Let's add a bit of texture to just add a bit of more dimension. I wanted to add like this copy that I told you about, but I'm not completely sure. What happens if this goes like this? Let's restore to my boy ChatGPT. Let's do a temporary chat. Put it here. Let's give it context. I'm doing a poster about a mundane object, and that I'm trying to elevate and subvert its meaning. Mundane object, I'm trying to elevate and now subject to subvert its meaning to pretension. That I'm trying to elevate. That's great. I picked a screw because it's an object that goes by pretty invisible, but literally it's holding everything together. If it disappeared overnight, would crumble to the ground. I need a bit of copy to add to my poster and add another layer of text hierarchy. Can you help me with that? I want the text to revolve around the small things that keep everything running. Make it ominous, existentialist, and deep but chill. No cap. No, but more like a paragraph of about 3 to 4 lines. It's just a scroll, look forgotten, but it's everywhere, quietly looking at the world. Okay. And don't make the text about the screw, but about the idea of the small things that keep everything together, get everything running. The main text of the poster, it's steadfast, big bold on the top. I don't want to particularly talk about the screw, but the feeling of small important things, whatever. Okay, this can work. It's just to add depth. The main part of the poster is the other that we did. Okay, now let's take a look at this gray of text. I actually don't like it. Make it cryptic. Not all pillars cast shadows. Some hold without noise, without form. Beneath the noise are rhythm and constant ignore essentials. Okay, we can work with this. But not all pillars. Some hide. Some hold without noise. No. Some hide in the noise. within form, within the form. Not all pillars cast shadows, some hide in the noise, within the form. They conform the rhythm, constant, ignored, essential. It breaks only once. That's nice. That's great. I like this. Oh no, I lost my other text. What did it say? Oh. Yo, Ariel is crazy. Estuvo helvética. Do you have more questions, guys? Let me know, please. I'm losing my mind. Oh my god, guys, sometimes the design of the gray of text, it's so important. Like when you add copy, it's not so much as just putting the text there and hoping for the best. Like it needs to be dialed in, you know what I mean? Now I'm kind of breaking it. I need to maybe like this so it respects this grid, and I put it boom like that. But I need to change the net. I don't like these lines. It was just to show you. Let's put it bigger. I can work with that. Let's change this more like this. And you see how the composition is like a C? It's like steadfast, boom, text. Let's add a texture. No, syndrome, design assets. Just the nice texture. Make it 30%. Oh shit. And we can grab really subtle, you know what I mean, guys? and then you can add the curves, make it a bit more vibrant again. This we can put on a group, and then also to this we can play a bit with the I'm not completely sold on this gray of text still, guys. Yo, what's the... What's this type size? Actually, I like this better. This works. This works a bit better. Ah, here we have the text, beautiful and unwavering. Just line it with this, put it here, and the influences. This graphic, then maybe put here. This text a bit down over here. Over here. I don't like this. And I think this I take out. Sometimes less is more, you know what I mean, guys? I think that works. How do you see it, guys? Do you like it? Oh, my back. Shit. Let me just stretch. Thank God. But yeah, I want to do just the first part pretty flush. This works. But I can't help myself, guys. I really want to add more like small details and whatever. Sorry, my chat went away. use white text above. It's too late to submit my design now. Yeah, I'm not really doing another, like, more feedback. I just want to finish the piece. Thank you, my guy. Yeah, I want to keep it more minimal for this one. But I feel I should make it like darker. If I bring this up, like that works a bit better, I think. Where's my text? Yeah, this, you see, when you have the text like this, you can put it inside a group like that. And then I'm gonna grab this texture that I just used, like put it in normal, full fill, and I'm gonna Control A, Control C, but just to copy the content. Get rid of it, go into the group, which I had this text inside, create a mask, go inside the mask, paste the texture to use it as a mask. You see how the texture translates. So I'm gonna unlink the mask so I can move it around, and now I can move the mask. Let's put it like this so I can see the scratch. Like that, and now I'm gonna image curves. Let's do it more simply. Let's do image levels. Now, oh, I need to invert this. There. That's crazy, you know what I mean? And now I have this, oh shit. I have this, like the nail, and I'm gonna merge the group, and now I got the nail like kind of separated, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna duplicate it. One, I'm gonna put it in multiply, and I have the other one here, and this one I'm gonna put it in linear dodge, and this way I kind of separate the black from the white, and this way it allows me to create this small offset that's gonna look pretty fire, you know? It gives it that, it makes it a bit more like raw, you know what I mean? Just a bit of offset like that. Boom. And it makes it look like a bit more unsettling, you know what I mean? Or you like it with its align. Does it work like this? Nah, it looks nice when it has the small, like the highlighting white. A small offset there. I like it. It works, am I right? So I want to create some variations. So this one, I feel I like this poster. Play it more with this. See what happens if I drop gradient map. It's crazy to see how the poster works very differently when you change the colors, you know what I mean? What do you mean make a comeback, my guy? You're not posting? You're not working? The fuck? Bro, your work, I remember it from back in the day. Your work is crazy. You should totally work. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you even mean? You should totally get to work, man. Your work's crazy. Hope everything's well, brother. Hope everything's well. Yeah, come back. Use that grid, my guy. Like, if you are here, I'm sure everything's fine and you can get to work. Like, whatever happened, use it. Like, use it, bro. Come back, make something crazy. Which one, my guy? I lost it. No. This one? Was it this one? Ooh. For sure, my guy. Which one was it? Fuck. Ooh, this one's crazy. No, it was here, right? The low-fi one. Where was it, my guys? This one. This one, but let's tweak it a bit. Let's make, I like the mustard. Let's see if we can get like a more, like crazy mustard, like that. And then let's make this blue a bit more, purple-ish. Do we like this? Oh no, I lost the other value. Was it black? Can we do like a gradient on the background? This is the background. Let's do a gradient. Let's set the... No, right? I want to play a bit with the steadfast. Oh my god, there is no end to the graphic design, my guy. Like, I can't stop. No, wait, I'm not sure I like this color. This one I like. This one I really like. Let's get rid of this orange. And this, let's turn it into... But you know what's the thing, my guys? That it's not giving me anymore that like warning. Like that warning... how do you say? That warning vibes, you know what I mean? Like, this color is much more like, how do you say, like impactful, in the sense that you correlate it to something that's warning you. Yeah, you're right. The yellow color could work, but the orange, I feel it's more on brand. On brand shit. maybe we can add like a, can add here, boom. This works also. And I want to add another thing here. Sorry guys, I'm about to finish. I for sure you know what I mean. Boom. Put it behind it. Now, what does it mean, right? Where's my... No, I'm just adding stuff for the sake of adding stuff. I feel it's lacking one more hierarchy level, like something really small. But now let's leave it like this. Discipline. Discipline, it's finished. It's finished. But there is one thing I wanted to try. Because the nail on itself, it's pretty like good, I feel, like as it is. Let's save this just for, let's save this. So this is one poster. Let's close this and let's duplicate this file. Duplicate it, and to duplicate I'm gonna make just one thing because I want to try one thing that I pictured while I was beginning to doing this. I want to grab one image. Projects, assets, stock footage, photos. I have this photo that I have. No, but this one no. Photos, AI. No, this is not my. Photos here. Need one picture. This skull. This is gonna work. You know what I'm about to do. You know it. And now, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna put this here. This out. For this we need to grab the dude. Select subject. Control C, Control Shift B, delete. I have the dude. Now I need to make the dude like that. Let's do this. Like that, grab the dude, use it as a mask, boom. Now we grab the dude, we put it real big, barely, we should barely be able to see the head, just to, for impact, for impact. Yo, where's it? Here. How you doing, my guy? It's a bit smaller. And now like this. My neck shit. You need to watch the entire stream, like the stream from today and from yesterday, and watch the stream. Join the Design Dojo, my guy. Like, we're tackling a bunch of the design decisions, you know, not just like the effects. The effects are easy. Like, you can take a look at how I did this, and you'll be able to replicate it, like the effect. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna put this nail right here. Yeah, I'm gonna add the shadows. I just want to put more nails in the dude's head. This nail would be nice too. I would need to have another nail like picture. This is gonna take forever. It doesn't matter, I can do it fast. because I need more angles. Like that angle is good. Like I will need this. Let us select subject. Please do it fast. Nice. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We don't need to be super clean about it. And now get rid of this. Put this here. This, get rid of this mask. We need to use this as a mask. So we go there, boom. But this nail needs to go here. This get rid, boom. We need to change the values on this curves. There, boom. And this nail, we're gonna put it, duplicate it, and this one we're gonna delete this so it's like looking like it's coming off from the other side of the head. It needs to be smaller because of perspective. Right? And we can move this one more over here. Nailed it. Ha! And now we could what should I do? Okay, inside the dude head, another layer, and with the color black, we're just gonna paint the shadow of the nail. And to do that, we're gonna reduce the opacity and we're gonna just but it should follow the form of the head, so it should be something like this. Okay, and to this we're gonna add filter, blur, Gaussian blur, so it blurs the shadows a bit more. Like this works, and we're gonna erase just a bit with soft hardness, reduce the opacity on the eraser, and we're gonna erase just a bit so we get that nice like fall off on the shadow. And for this one, maybe my logos can be here. You know what I mean? And like that, boom. there. I think to this nail, the one here. You know. Oh, this nail. I need to tweak on this nail. I want to make it darker on the... I need to make it darker on the sides. Like this. So it reads, you know? The longest nail upside down. The shadow, because I wanted to fill this space. But yeah, I'll take a look at it. You can fill same space, rotate it so that it matches same position. I don't understand what you're saying, my guy. This one, what do you mean? Like, how do you mean? I mean like, more like this? Like flip it. I don't understand in which side you want me to flip it. Yes, and rotate. Flip and rotate. Oh, you mean like this? Ah, yeah. Yeah, like this and like this. Ah, that's great. Two. There. How about if you put this on the bottom like that? This would be another one. Oh shit. This is another one. Boom. Oh, my back. Wait 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna just grab this. I'm gonna open both. I'm gonna open both and I'm gonna grab this layer and copy it, get rid of this, put it here so we match the color correction. Where is this? Oh, there. So we have one here, the other here. This I feel I'm gonna just do the normal one without the offset that we did. And this is one poster and this is one poster, and let's do a third one. No, I'm just duplicating some files. How much does this weigh? Nice. Into this poster, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the matrix. This one we did. this. We're gonna get rid of all of this. We're gonna leave only the text. This steadfast. Actually, we can do some bullshit like this. I like this, but I don't know what is that line that I have over there. Is that the texture? It is the texture. What texture? This texture. Like that. Is that line in the other designs as well? Yes, it is. Boom. And this one, no, this one it is not. And to this design, what we'll do is we're gonna grab this thing, put it more like this, and let's grab this nail, and no, it's not that powerful. Flip it. Yeah, but it's not the same. You mean like this? Yeah, but it's not the same. I wanted to do like another thing. I wanted it to be more like this, but it's not the same. It's not as I imagined it would be. Yeah, it could be like that. We can also take the this works, right? Boom, boom, boom. Nice poster like sequence. Actually, let's see them all together. Steadfast one. Close. Save. Steadfast 2. Boom, boom. Steadfast 3. Boom. It's saving. One second, guys. Yo, it's fire. Oh, I'm cooked, my guys. My neck. I need to go train now. I'm waiting for a buddy of mine. We're gonna do some calisthenics. But what do you think, guys? Do you like it? I think it's pretty hard. Which one is the one you like the most? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm cooked. The third, right? The third one, it's crazy. I'm gonna play just a bit more with this one. There is something I'm not loving about this. No, this is not what I'm gonna say. Actually, this would be better if I just like like I need to make all these dots bigger. So it gets pretty grainy. There, I feel it's better, but I need to. Ah. What's this with the opacity there? There. And where's the last one? Here. Image adjustment curves. Make it darker. Boom, there. Oh, and I forgot to do one thing to the posters. Such an idiot. I like to grab everything. Oh no. There. It's making me do a PSB because of the large file. I like to grab everything below this adjustment layer. I just grab everything and duplicate everything, make it a group. Now I merge it all together. Now I add filter, blur, I add Gaussian blur, like so. Set it to multiply. And now that's in multiply, I go to image, adjustments, curves, and I play with the curves to get a bit of halo, you know, in the black parts. You don't want, you see this part where it gets like straight, you don't want that. You want to keep it like with like a curve. You want to keep the curve. This way you don't clip any values, and it's great, you know, looks crisp. You see the difference? We can do it with levels also, you know. Do it like that and reduce the fill. And it's just a tiny bit, you know. 76, like that. That's the vibe, you know. And it's just, you can see it, like you get that nice like fall off from the ink, and you get it in the colors too. It's like the reverse of doing like the dreamy film look, but for prints, and it gives it that much like nice extra depth from the ink. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like that. Boom, I'm gonna apply this to all the posters, and that'll be it, my guys. So that was it, my guys. Still this. So yeah, that was it, my guys. Hope you liked it. Thank you so much for stepping by, seeing if you liked the work. Hopefully you learned something. We talked a lot of shit. Yesterday and today's stream left me cooked. But gotta bounce, gotta go train. And yeah, that's it, my guys. Thank you for stepping by. Wanna see your uploads in the Discord channel. All of these pieces I'm gonna upload to all the Patreons, right? All the Patreons already have some of the effects that I used here, like the ink bleed one-click effect. You already have it. The pieces are gonna go also there. But if you're not a patron, don't worry. You can be a part of the design exercises for free in the Discord. The Discord will remain free, so you can just hop in and participate. That will never have like a barrier of entry of any kind. So hope to see you there, ninjas. You already know how it is. Fuck peace. Wish you conflict. Shit. Bye, guys.